Just to update everybody online, we are waiting for an in-person quorum. We are expecting somebody to show up here shortly. So give us a few more minutes. And as always, use the chat feature if you need anything while we're quiet here in the room. Thank you, everyone. Was another windy campus. Public transportation.
Is everybody ready? Time being 9:10 a.m. on October 17th, 2024. I'd like to call this meeting in order of Kane County's Public Service Committee. Clerk, please call roll for attendance.
Gumbs here. Lewis. Here. Tepe.
Tepe remote.
Williams.
Here.
Sanchez.
Sanchez present. All right. Remote attendance request. We have one from Mr. Tepe. Any objection? Hearing none. He is approved for full participation in today's meeting. It's going to be a long one. I need approval of the minutes, August 22nd, 2024 and September 19th, 2024.
Mr. Chair Gums,
Yes.
I would ask for unanimous consent to approve the minutes.
Gums asked for unanimous consent. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Public comment. I'm not aware of anyone that has signed up, and I don't see anybody that's looking at me right now that wants to talk. No? Okay. Got to give everybody a chance. Finance reports are on file. Same for the recorder's office. Treasurer collector, Mr. Lawson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. Nothing out of the ordinary to report. Written report was submitted maybe 7-8 days ago. We're on track on collecting the taxes.
Do you expect much more to come in at this point?
Well, now are the saddest stories, because now the next piece is the tax sale where people have the potential of losing their property. So it's, I mean, we received one, you get these desperate calls, and Cindy Christopher, who's in charge of customer service when they get even more complicated out of the mainstream. That's what Maria Herrera takes care of. But when it becomes really complicated, she showed me one 2 days ago where a gentleman sent in a promissory note that he had crafted, from one of the templates on the internet, gotten it, what do you call it? Once notarized. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to take you guys everywhere. But notarized that, promising that he would pay his taxes a year from now. And you say, I am so sorry. That's just not part of the system. But it's really desperate. And now the final step is people have the potential of losing their homes. So will there be a lot more coming in? My guess is that we're somewhere between 1,800 and 2,400 in the tax sale parcels. So 1,800 to 2,400 parcels in the tax sale. Thanks.
It's not a small number. Any questions for the treasurer's office? Okay, thank you, Mr. Lawson. Regional Office of Education, Supervisor of Assessments. Sorry, I always pass over you, Mark. Mr. Armstrong.
Well, that's because nothing controversial is happening over here. My report is on page 63 of your packet. As you can see, all townships have now been published. All but 2 of them have had their final filing deadline passed. The only 2 that are remaining are Elgin and Aurora. Our abstracts have been sent down to the Department of Revenue. They have confirmed that they have received them. And by this time next month, we should have a tentative equalization factor. And that would be subject only to changes made at Board of Review. Board of Review is ongoing. Right now, projections are around 1,000 dockets total. That is a little less than 4 years ago, comparing it to the most recent year in the 4-year assessment cycle. So everything looks to be on track there as well. Nothing out of the ordinary. Be happy to answer any questions anyone has.
Any questions for the Supervisor of Assessments? Okay, thank you, Mr. Armstrong. Regional Office of Education. Do we have anybody? Oh, there you are. I was like, I saw him.
Good morning, I'm Phil Morris, the Director of Operations.
Oh, I don't think your microphone is on. Juby, show him how to work it. Oh, there we go.
I got it. It's good when the technology person can actually hit the right button.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, Phil Morris, Director of Operations and Tech for Regional Office. Pat and Dee were unable to make it today. They're actually meeting with all the school district superintendents this morning at our office. So my goal today is we, fresh off the presses, are releasing our annual report. So that is a report that we give to all of our constituents, including the county board. So I'll be handing these out to you for your review, and then all the other board members will be getting them in their mailboxes very soon. So other than that, any questions?
Any questions for the Regional Office of Education? You guys are quiet today. I thought this was going to be a real long meeting. All right, thank you. And send our good word to everybody that they're doing a great job, and keep it up.
Thanks.
Veterans Assistance Commission, Mr. Zimmerman.
Good morning. Nothing too crazy to report. We're at over $7.5 million in new benefits brought in for King County veterans fiscal year to date, with 718,000 of that brought in the month of August. And we're gearing up for Veterans Day, so keep an eye on our Facebook page, and we're going to be posting all of the events that are going on that we get flyers for throughout the county. So happy to take any questions.
And I know Buildings was looking into putting some green light bulbs up.
That's
know?
correct. They will be putting green floodlights in front of this building here, and then also putting green lights in the atrium of the old courthouse between, I think it's November 4th and 11th for Veterans Day.
Excellent.
Yes.
Good to hear. Any questions for Veterans Assistance Commission? Okay, thank you, Mr. Zimmerman.
Thank you.
County Clerk. Mr. Pollock.
Morning and happy election day. I don't want to slow this train down, so we'll be quick. You've got the financial report. We're ahead of where we said we were going to be. Passports are ahead of last year's record, so that's a good thing. I did hand you some numbers. These are the reports we do every morning. Campaigns, the heads of the political parties, as well as candidates that have requested them, get these every morning. If you'd like a copy of the email, just give us a call or send us an email and we can send them to you. It just gives kind of a state of the numbers for the number of early votes cast, as well as the number of vote by mail ballots that have been sent out and then received back. Just so you have an idea, I mean, these are cumulative numbers. Just yesterday to today, there are about 700 early voters that voted yesterday. We got about 1,700 vote by mail ballots back. So, so that's about 2,200 difference from the day before. So we were about 23,000 yesterday, and we're at 25,000 total cast today. So there are lines when people vote. But it moves very quickly. Even if it looks like it's 10, 20 deep, we take people into time. The election judges are outside having the people fill out the applications, so they're ready to come in and vote. We don't keep people outside for a long time. The good news is Monday begins expanded early voting. So that's where we'll be at all the locations around the county that you're used to. The 7 permanent sites that are open 7 days a week, with the evening hours as well. Then we have the vote mobile, and then the locations that are at the village sites and city sites. So check the website for that. If you're not following our social media, we micro target sites up there so you can spread it to your constituents. All the information is there on all the ways to vote, when to vote, how to vote, and everything else. So any questions?
Any questions for the clerk's office? Roth.
I'm Roth. I voted last week and I got lucky. It was a short line. I have gotten a couple questions from voters why we couldn't expand and have a larger voting here. I mean, with the large turnout, now there again, I know space is important, could it be like downstairs when you could have twice as many machines, just a suggestion.
Sure, no, appreciate it.
It would help move the line quicker.
It's unfortunately the space we have in the office that's
Right. And
got,
that's our limitation. I fully understand that. So,
but it's always something to know, and we'll take it back to Jack.
and of course, then everyone will show up at your office to vote. Reverse the sign.
I mean, you can see the signs here that say go to building B already.
Yeah.
So
Just as, some voters had passed that on. So I wanted to share that with you.
thank you.
But no, they're doing a good job, as always.
Yeah, I voted there last week, and when I got there, I was at the end of the line inside. And by the time I had come out and I was done, there was a line outside down the building. So I got there right before a rush. And I think, what did they say, about 250 a day average? You guys are
Yesterday
seeing
was
over
about 700. So
700. Okay. So maybe it was 450 that I was thinking she said, and now it's.
Well, it could be. That's kind of how we've been. We started at 600 the first day, which was a record, and then it was around 300, 400, 500. And the last couple of days, it's picked up. One piece of advice I'll give you to let you know to your constituents, even with the expanded one, do it early. I mean, if do it the first week, because that second week, especially towards the end, it's strange. You'll see longer lines the day before the election than you will on election day. So just, you got the time.
Interesting psychology. This report is good to see. If you were able to maybe just send it out to the board members, like on Fridays or something, just kind of get a end of the week snapshot. I mean, if it's not too much trouble, I think board members would appreciate seeing this. And it does break it out. You have, some numbers for political parties, but then it says nonpartisan. So essentially, if they don't identify in a primary as one part or the other, it goes into the nonpartisan.
Correct. This is basically from the last primary. They
Yeah.
took one of the other ballots. You don't know how they vote. It's just, that's what it is. So people ask, well, who's voting?
Yeah.
So it gives you an idea.
Yeah. Because everybody's trying to project and, see with their crystal ball what it's going to look like, but you can't really tell based on these numbers.
Correct.
So, but it's just still very interesting to see, and, encouraging more people are voting early. So yeah, I think it's working. Any questions otherwise for the clerk's office? Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Pollock.
Thank you.
And I think that concludes our business. We don't have any other business that I'm aware of or need for executive session. If someone could make a type of motion to place the reports on file.
Williams will request unanimous consent to place.
Williams asked for unanimous consent. Any objection? Hearing none, the reports are placed on file. And now I just need a motion and a second to adjourn.
Williams moves to adjourn.
Williams moves.
Gums, second.
Gums seconds. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you for being here.
It's record time.
That's pretty